Alright, so today I just got a quick video showing you how to swap out the window regulator on your 2005 Silverado. This should work from years 99 to 06, but let's go ahead and get started on it. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is get this door panel removed. So we're going to pull off this little lock cover right here. We're going to pull off this cover right here. We're going to take out the bolt that you can see in there. And then we're going to take off this bolt down here in this bottom right corner. And for the two bolts, I'm using a 9/32, and both of these just pop off if you just use a knife or a screwdriver to get behind them, and then the whole thing will just slide off. Thing that we got to do before we slide this door panel off is we're just going to pry up on this window switch, and you'll kind of pry one side out first. It's just a metal clip in there just like that, but once you pry one side out, then the other side should also pry out. Just like that. And then once you got that pulled up, we're gonna go ahead and just push on this tab and disconnect this plug right here, just because it's super hard to get at from the inside. So you're just gonna push in on that with a screwdriver or something, and then we can go ahead and disconnect this. That door panel off, we can go ahead and get all of this plastic pulled to the side so that we can up. The next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and get some tape and just go ahead and tape the top of your window to the top of your door. I already got mine taped up because since mine's broken, it's been falling down on me already, so mine's already taped up. But just get some tape up there, and then once that's taped, we're going to go ahead and loosen that nut right there and this nut right here on the two sides. And as you can see, that's kind of a clamp holding the window in there. So we're gonna quickly get those loosened up just enough to where they're not clamping onto the window anymore. All right, so now that we got those loosened up, we can go ahead and plug this back in so that we can roll it down to get it off of the window. See if I can get it on there one-handed. So now we're just going to roll it down, and if your window's working, it will probably roll down, but since mine, the cable snapped, so it's not going to roll down. So I'm just going to see if I can pull those down manually, just so that they are not holding onto the window anymore. So now that we got those out of the way, we just have these bolts on the top and on the bottom of each side. So we're going to go ahead and get those pulled out, and then we also have to pull out this plug right here. And that one has the same style plug as the other one, where you just got to push this tab in. We also have a third bolt down in this bottom right hand corner. So we can go ahead and get all those bolts pulled out. And all these bolts in here have been a 10mm. wrestle that thing out of there. These things kind of got in the way since I couldn't roll the window down all the way. But yeah, you just kind of got to wiggle it back and forth and just try, do your best to fish it out of there. Then I got my new one right here. I just got this one off of Amazon. I can go ahead and leave a link in the description. And to put this one in, we're pretty much just gonna go backwards. We're just gonna have to fish it in there. Then we're gonna have to bolt it on. And then once it's bolted on, we'll have to roll up the guides, and then we'll have to go ahead and tighten those onto the window and make sure that it's working good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get this worked in there, and then I'll get all the bolts on, and then we'll see if we can get the window clear. Got it all bolted back in. So now we can go ahead and plug in this connection. And then once we plug in the connection, we can make sure these are loose, both sides. And then we can go ahead and roll it up and then just get it onto the window. And then once it's on there nice and snug, and as you can see, this thing is a V shape. So it should kind of fit in there real nice. And then once it's on there nice and snug, we can go ahead and tighten those up. And then we can pull our tape and just roll it up and down a few times to make sure that it works good. And then we'll be ready to put everything back together. It out and it works good. So now we can go ahead and get this all put back together. And you just want to make sure that you pull this off before you put the door panel back on. But we'll have to put the plastic back on, put the door panel back on. And when you hang the door panel, just notice that there is hooks that hook on down here and right here and right here. So just make sure that you have it tied up, and then you slide it down. And then you have the 2 bolts, and then there is just this handle cover and the lock switch. So let's go ahead and get everything put back together. Together, and as you can see, it works just fine. All right, so that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're about to do a swap on yours, I hope it goes well, and please have a great day. Yeah.